let's talk about this upcoming year and what a gift it is. Since we're in this holiday season, what a gift it is to be able to create our lives. Of all the amazing things that my online business gives me, I think the most amazing is the ability to take a look and say, what do I want to do? Who do I want to work with? How much do I want to work? How much do I want to make? What do I want my lifestyle to be like? I've had an online business since the 90s. We're coming up on 30 years of being in business. We're coming up on 25 years of me teaching people how to launch. And there's been so many gifts, the people I get to hang out with, the clients I get to work with, the team I get to have. It's just absolutely amazing. The ability to raise my children, having them see me in control of my life and being an entrepreneur. Amazing. Yeah, the number one thing is this ability to sit down here as I come into a new year and say, what worked well in this last year? And what do I want to do more of? And what do I want to eliminate? And it's just such an incredible gift. So the way I start out is I do that. I say, okay, what worked well last year that I want to do more of? And what do I want to do differently? Not like, what did I screw up? What was horrible? How did I completely fail? It's just like, what do I want to do differently? And I know for me, like there's one major project that we're taking off the calendar because I just want to have fewer things on my calendar coming up this year. So that's, the first thing to do is an evaluation of what worked well last year that I want to repeat and what do I want to change. And then I start to look at like the quarters and the months and say, what type of promotions am I going to do each month? What do I want to do? What do I want to be creating? Where do I want to lead my clients? Where do I want to lead my team? And then I'll start to sketch in the entire year. And then of course, I'm going deep into like, what were the tactics? What were the programs? What were the campaigns that worked last year? How can we replicate them? How can we do them more often? What path do we want to take organic traffic through? What path do we want to take paid traffic through? How do we want to build our audience across the various platforms? Ultimately, what do I want? How is it going to flow into my team and flow into my life? We're actually going to do our launch lab. And we've done this the last few years. It's been a great big win. And so what I'll do is every year within our launch club program, we debrief hundreds of launches for our clients. And that by that, I mean our launch club members, once they do a launch, they can have a one-on-one debrief with a coach where they'll fill out a form. And just even filling out that form is amazing value. That basically tells a little bit, it's sort of the story of their launch and the story of what happened, what their offer was, what the results were, what their pre-launch was. And so they'll fill out that form. And just like I said, filling out that form is an amazing win for them. But then we'll schedule a one-on-one call with one of our coaches and they'll walk through. And in there, they'll be doing the same thing I'm talking about right now, is what went well. What do you want to do differently? What do you want to do more of? How can we bring in a greater audience? How can we make the offer better? How can we make the results better? And it's a funny thing because, I am all about getting people launched, getting them to that first launch and getting them to that second launch. But really, as a team, what we're about is not just getting people to the launch, but getting them to the debrief. Because the debrief is where all the magic happens. So in any case, because we do hundreds of these debriefs of launches, of like real live launches in every market you can imagine, all around the world, many different languages. Since we have all that data, we just have our finger on the pulse of what's working now and what's not working. And there are some big shifts that happened in 2023. We've had some big things starting in 2020. And there has been some big major shifts. And I think, that the pandemic was crazy times, but I think coming out of the pandemic for online business in many ways was more challenging than the actual pandemic. In a lot of ways, the pandemic was a gift for online businesses, incredible hardship through the world. I wish it didn't happen, but it was a gift for online business. But coming out of the pandemic has, for a lot of businesses, online businesses, been a bit of a challenge. The sands are shifting under our feet all year long, and we got to see that in all these debriefs that we've done for our clients. And then fast forward, what we've seen is taking some of those big lessons, they flowed into what I did in my business and what some of my top clients are doing in their business. And while a lot of online businesses are down, we had one of our most profitable launches ever last year. And we ended up having a very, very good year. And so what I'm going to do in the Launch Lab coming up next week is actually break down some of the key lessons and what those lessons meant and how we took action on those lessons so that we got more engagement, we got more people watching our videos, we got more people completely going through our videos, we got more people showing up for our live broadcasts, and ultimately we had more people buying from us. Every year we debrief that and we say, how can we make it better? What can we do differently? How can we make it more engaging? So this year, we have an all new plan. I'm going to be releasing some really cool content that is bringing you into Launch Lab starting in just a few days. I'll be sending an email. If you're not on our email list, get on it. Head on over to productlaunchformula.com and go ahead and put your email in so that we can let you know about the Launch Lab. But if you're already getting emails from me, we'll tell you about it. We got some really cool content coming up next week. And then that very first week of January, I'm going to be doing 2 live broadcasts where I walk through and show you, get really nitty gritty and tactical and show you, not just give you the trends and what we're seeing, but show how we acted on those trends and got results from those trends. This is an exciting time of year. It's like for entrepreneurs, it's always, I feel like for most entrepreneurs, we tend to be pretty optimistic because we're out there creating stuff in the world. It's hard to create stuff if you don't believe that it can work, right? And as optimists, I think most of us get really excited about this time of year because we get to plan what's coming up, what we're going to be doing, what the life we're going to be creating. So that's why we're doing this Launch Lab, so you can have your best year ever coming up in 2024. So I'm Jeff Walker. Hit that subscribe button because I'd like to get more subscribers. You know, it's an ego thing, but it's cool. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and then head over to Product Launch Formula, put your email address in so we can let you know about the Launch Lab, and let's go get them this week.